Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here again, back at with you with another video. Yeah, it's Top 12 Tuesday week. Sorry, I'm recording this and going to be uploading this one on Wednesday, so sorry about that. Not much I could do about it. Yeah, for this week, we went through the last 2 weeks, most watched movies in collection or most watched in my life. And then last week was Top 12 DVDs. This week is Top 12 Blu-Rays. Yeah, I left off, like my Soul to Take, Halloween 2, movies that I'd already, kind of put on my list before. At least I think I remember. I don't actually remember all of them, but I'm just going to try to do 12 new ones. Coming up here, number 12 is actually a new one that I recently bought. It's Cherry Falls. I think I've watched this like 3 or 4 times now since I bought it, like just all in a row. It was really quickly. It's only like 92 minutes, really short movie, but super fun. I have a lot of good times with this. It's Brittany Murphy and Michael Biehn. He's from the first Terminator movies. Kyle Reese, Brittany Murphy, 8 Mile. I know from Summer Catch. A lot of movies. Really good. I really miss her. She's a phenomenal actress. Number 11, I actually have the series because I watch them back to back, is going to be The Haunting in Connecticut. I actually try to watch these like back to back. So like when I watch one, I'll watch the other. I watch them pretty much the same. They're both 100 minutes or so. They're both based on true stories, and I've shown you before in my collection video. They're based on these two from the first 2 haunting episodes. These are better, scarier at least. But I do enjoy these. Virginia Madsen is in this movie, and I can't remember her name. It's Abigail Spencer. She's in this movie too. And I can't remember the little girl's name, but she's also in quite a few movies. But honestly, this second one is like incredibly scary. I was really creeped out by it. Yeah, that's number 11. Number 10 is going to be on one of the 3 packs that I got this past week. That's The Possession. I find myself watching this one mainly because it's a possession film that's only like 90 minutes long. It's got a good cast. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's Negan now on The Walking Dead. I love the 2 girls in the movie too. They're very likable, very good. And then the mother, I cannot remember for the life of me the mother's name either. But yeah, this is a very slow-paced, slow burner type movie. It's very, very suspenseful, like towards the end of the movie. I just like it. It's a really good character movie. It's got some really, really likable characters in it. And you feel bad for the father in the movie. That's number 10. Number 9 is The House at the End of the Street. Yeah, I gotta take this red sticker off. It bugs me. But yeah, I actually I had upgraded this quite a while ago at FYE. The Blu-ray looks pretty good of it, although they shot it on film, so it can't look too great. But yeah, this is a Jennifer Lawrence, like a horror. It's more of a thriller with Max Terriot as well and Elizabeth Shue. That's a shout out to Culture Freak because I know that he loves Elizabeth Shue. Yeah, honestly it was in the 3 of those like glory days of like the 3 of them. Max Terriot was just in My Soul to Take. He was in this. Then he got in Bates Motel. He got in a lot of good parts. But yeah, I honestly like this one. Is not scary whatsoever, but it's a really like enjoyable movie. It's like a popcorn movie, honestly. For like if you just want to kick back and just like have fun with a movie for 100 minutes. This is definitely a movie to do it with. It's got interesting characters too. I think that was number 9. Number 8 is Psycho 2. I find myself watching this one the most out of all the Psycho movies. In fact, I think I've only watched the Blu-ray that my brother got me once of the first Psycho. This one I think I've watched like at least a half a dozen times. I watched it like 3 times in 1 week. Yeah, I love this one. This is my favorite of the whole Psycho series. I love Norman Bates in this movie. There's a lot of like just dark humor in it. And what's his name wrote this movie? Richard Franken directed this movie, and I can't remember what else he directed. But Dean Cundey also wrote it, and Tom Holland wrote this movie. He's also the one who is in charge of the Child's Play series, and also he's in Hatchet 2, which I love his character in Hatchet 2. He's the uncle, and but yeah, this movie is super enjoyable. Next up, I want to say this is number 7, is Prom Night. This is the remake, or it's not so much a remake as it is like another movie of the same name of Prom Night that kind of fits into the series. It's not really a remake or something but like completely different storyline. I honestly, this is one that gets really shitty reviews and everything like that, which I can understand why, honestly. If you're looking for a straightforward slasher, this is one of those like 2000 or late mid 2000s remakes where it's like it's just a straight teen movie made for teens. It's kind of like When a Stranger Calls, honestly. It reminds me a lot of it. A lot of the same characters, but honestly, it's a popcorn movie for me. It's like, what, 87 minutes I want to say it was. Yeah, I'm not even seeing it. It's in the 80s there somewhere. Oh, 89 minutes it says. But yeah, it's just the fun popcorn movie about prom night. It's enjoyable enough. Next up here is 30 Days of Night. Now this honestly actually I kind of forgot about this one for my all-time. I probably should have put this one on, but it's whatever, it gets on this list. This is another one of those ones where it was on, when we had pay-per-view a lot, this was on Showtime and that like there was no tomorrow, and we just watched this one over and over again too. But I've watched this a lot since I got it. Honestly, the Blu-ray of this movie looks phenomenal. It's so beautiful to transfer. Yeah, it's really good. I love Josh Hartnett, and Melissa George is phenomenal as always too. She honestly might be one of my favorite foreign actresses. Between her and maybe Teresa Palmer. But yeah, yeah. Up next is The Thing. So this is like 2 snow movies in a row. I go with the 2011 more so than the 1981. More so because if you remember the copy that I had of The Thing was it was a region free, and my DVD or my Blu-ray player had a really hard time playing region free, so I just didn't watch it very rarely. But this is a region 1 American. This has both the Blu-ray and DVD in it. I honestly have only I honestly really enjoy this movie. It's mainly because of Joel Edgerton. He adds a really cool dynamic, and I have the biggest crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I love her in this movie too. But yeah, this is not as scary or really as good as the original by any means, but it's an enjoyable prequel. I mean, you have to admit it's at least enjoyable. Not so much a popcorn flick, but yeah. And up to number 4 is going to be Carrie. Now, I would say that it's not higher because I watched this quite a bit, so much on DVD, because I just recently upgraded this a little while ago. But yeah, you see this lenticular cover where it gets some blood. I really love this. Yeah, if you've seen my top 12 remakes video, or I don't remember if I did a top 10 or 12 on that one, but this is my favorite remake. It still is. I love this. I love Chloe Grace Moretz. I really like all the side characters in this movie too. And I can't remember the real name of the gym teacher, but she's also in Cursed. She's also in quite a few other horror films and whatnot. But yeah, I always love Chloe and everything she's in. But yeah, it is a really enjoyable movie. Number 3. Number 3 is actually one that one of my very first Blu-ray buys. Actually, it might be my first Blu-ray buy, and that's Disturbia. This one is again a really enjoyable one. It's more of a thriller. It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller, but I'm gonna still count it because what the hell? Why not? Shia LaBeouf. Sarah Raymer's her name, and then David Morse, who's the villain in the movie. He's also in The Green Mile, and I can't remember what else he's in, but he does a phenomenal job. I love him in this movie. He really stood out. Shia LaBeouf was incredible in this movie, and Sarah Raymer does a great job at just being the really hot like side chick. Oh yeah, Carrie Ann Moss is in this. This was in her period of time. Like, I think it was like just post Matrix, so like she was still like very well known. Man, it's been so long. I want to say her name was Trinity in the Matrix. It's been years since I've seen the Matrix movies. I love them, but it's been years. But yeah, everything about that movie is super fun. Like, you could just watch it pretty much any day of the week. It's only 100 minutes. It's super fun. Number 2 is going to be All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. I've been on record saying that I just fucking love this movie. I have such a fun time with this movie. Like, the characters just do so many like absurd, like insanely amount of drugs in this movie, and just an insane amount of like drinking and stuff, but it's just such an interesting character study as well. And Jonathan Levine is one of those directors that really seems to be like, a lot of people really like his work, and then a lot of people just don't get his work. He also did Warm Bodies, which is another one of those where a lot of people like really liked it, but then a lot of people just hated it and really didn't get it. And then this one here stars Amber Heard. It's I don't even know if there's any more like well-known people in this movie, but oh yeah, Edwin Hodge. I think that he is in the Purge movies, I want to say. But yeah, this is all just a really beautifully directed. It's definitely one of those ones where it's definitely not a traditional slasher in any shape or form. Like, you find out who the killer is halfway through the movie. It's not really a stalk and slash. It's really like, it's definitely more story oriented, and it's definitely just really unique in a lot of ways. So yeah, but I watch this every couple of months or so. So yeah. And finally, my most watched Blu-ray, and I don't believe I've had this on any of my lists before, but correct me if I'm wrong. And number 1 is The Exorcist. More specifically, the Blu-ray extended director's cut. I actually, believe it or not, have never watched the original theatrical version of it. When I had the DVD, it was the extended director's cut, and on this, I only watched the extended director's cut on Blu-ray too. I love the edit. I know what scenes were added in because I've watched the director's commentary multiple times of The Exorcist. And I know which scenes are added in. Honestly, I think they add more to the movie. I honestly don't think I could watch it without those scenes. I feel like it would be missing some added like meaning to it. But yeah, this is, I mean, in all fairness, this is the greatest horror film ever made. Definitely like tied. Like, I go back and forth, tied with my favorite horror film of all time. Has my favorite character in Father Karras in any film ever. I absolutely love his character in this movie. It's coming. Halloween's coming up too, and this movie takes place during Halloween, so be definitely watching this one during Halloween. And this is actually on my 31 Days of Halloween reviews as well. So yeah, that's all for my top 12 list there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, I did my best to you know, kind of highlight some ones that you don't really hear a whole lot about. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. You know, give me a like, thumbs up or thumbs down online. Let me know. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and comment. Always enjoy, you know, commenting back and forth on your guys' videos and my videos. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you again on Friday.